In this video, I'm picking up from our last video and sharing why it's so important to stop trying to make a best friend. Be sure to stick around till the end because I have a quick exercise that I think is the best, easiest way to start rewiring your mind to thinking this way. But first, if you don't know who I am, my name is Marshall Jones Jr. I help busy adults make friends they actually enjoy with a course, howtobestfriend.com. You can check it out there. Let's get into it. Woo! I invited a friend out for coffee. We got together at, I think it was like 7 a.m. in the morning. We ended up talking for 2 hours that morning. And the rest of the day was amazing. I don't even know what else I did that day, but because I had that quick win in the morning and I loved hanging out and getting together, I felt like the rest of the day went really well. So I realized, hey, I want to do more of that. So instead of just doing that one time with that one friend, the next week I invited somebody else out for coffee, same time. It was like at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. And then I did it again the following week, and then again the following week. I think I ended up meeting up with 50 plus people, and through this whole time, it went an entire year, no one ever asked me to get coffee. It was always me reaching out to ask to get coffee. After about a year goes by, one of the friends who I had been asking out a couple times and we had gotten together a couple times, he actually asked me to grab a cup of coffee. We ended up getting together. And that turned into another time and another time and another time. And now he's actually a really close friend of mine and we talk probably on a weekly basis. That illustrates what I mean by, instead of trying to make a best friend, become the best friend. There's a ton of friendship advice out there that's like, if your friends aren't reaching out to you, they're not your real friends. If your friends aren't caring about you, they're not your real friends. If your friends aren't whatever, they're not your real friends. And I just reject that. Because what happens if you think like that is you look around and you're like, oh, I don't have any friends. And then what do? You just sit there like, oh, I don't have any friends. It's not motivating to actually get anything done or change your life or their life. So you can think of this in two ways. One is like,
oh, this is terrible. Nobody's ever going to reach out to me or try to be my best friend.
Or it can be very liberating. I don't have to rely on them to reach out, to initiate. Yes! Through that whole time when I was trying to get together, it would have been easy for me to be like, hey, nobody's really reaching back out to me. Instead of thinking like that, I just made it up in my mind that, hey, I'm gonna do this because this is what I like doing. I don't really care if they reach out to me. I wasn't gonna wait for that to happen. I was just going to become the best friend. Here's why. If we're out there trying to change people, it's way hard, right? It's way hard. It's way hard to change people. It's much easier to become the best friend than to change people into best friends. I think there was a spider that just got on me. It's okay. Now, here's a quick exercise that I've realized is actually really helpful to write down. It's simply this. Make a list of all the things that you think would be cool to have in a best friend. Like, what does this best friend do? Do they call you up every day? Do they email you cool, memes or whatever? Do they invite you out to the party? Do they take you on vacation with them? I don't know. Whatever these things are that you would want in a best friend, write them down. And then look at that list and be like, am I doing that? And if you are, great, you're moving in the right direction. But a lot of times when we look at that list, I realize, for me personally, I'm like, oh, well, I don't actually do that. I don't actually invite people out. I don't actually text people very often. I don't actually call people very often. I don't remember the last time I asked somebody to go on vacation with me, right? So we can take this list and reverse it and realize, oh, wow, this is how I can become this best friend. I can take control of this and be the best friend in this relationship. If you would like to follow along with more or go back and watch that last video, the first video where I talked about this, you can check that out here or go to howtobestfriend.com and learn more there. Sign up, you can get some free stuff over there, you can take a course, all that cool stuff. Check it out. Yes!